is going on, guys? My name is AJ, and today we are going to be making Perk A Cola bottles. Now, this might interest some people and not others, so we're just going to do it because I got comments saying we should do Perk A Cola bottles. Now, I have an empty bottle here, okay, and there was a sticker on this, and what you need to do to take off the sticker is bathe it in hot water, okay, for an hour. Then you need to come back, peel off as much as you can, take a sponge or a magic eraser at it, okay, and then if you still can't get it off, use a butter knife and scrape at it. Now, I use Frosty's blue cream soda, okay, for the right bottles, or orange cream soda from some other people, I don't know, but you're going to want a clear glass bottle. So, today we are going to be making Speed Cola, okay? So, for Speed Cola, we're going to start with the cap, okay? So, for Speed Cola, we're going to need green, of course. So, you take one of these, what would you call them, cupcake little fillers, dab some green paint in there, okay? Then take your cream soda cap and rub it on in there, okay? Or you could just take it and fill it in like this. Whichever way works for you. But for me, I think I'm just going to do it this way. This way is much faster. So, yeah, and you don't necessarily need to paint the top of the cap, but I like to. Okay, then the toughest part is getting into all these rigids that you have. Okay. Getting into all these rigids down here. So like this. Got your green cap, the little rigids down there. So it needs to be perfecto. But it doesn't need to be all that good, just to your perfection and liking. But for now, this is how I'm doing it. Gonna make it my way. Make it your guys' way too. Doesn't have to be based on mine. But this is just a tutorial. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to vlogging when this whole cap is painted, so. Okay, while that cap is drying, we are going to move in to the labels of the soda. Now, you're gonna have to go onto my description. The link will be down in my description for 4 perks though, only 4. So I'm only gonna supply 4. There's gonna be Quick Revive, Jog, which I have right here, okay, Double Tap, and Speed Cola, which we are actually going to make Speed Cola right now, so link in my description for the labels. But I'm going to go print those labels off right now, and I'll see you when they are printed. Okay, so I have them printed out right now. Got the cap and the front label. So I have the other ones, but I just cut them out into squares, so it would just be easier to hold. So there's the cap, and this is actually sized to the cap perfecto. I actually sized them myself, and then these are actually, I mean, you can't really see, but they're pretty good sized. So now we are going to cut these, and I'll be back when I cut these. Now, I'm probably going to speed this part up of me cutting these. Okay, now we have them cut out, all perfected, and perfecto. Now, what you're going to need is, these are not stickers, by the way, these are paper. I will not have the link for the stickers because you're going to have the right printer and it's just going to be all screwed up. But there's the size for that. And there's that. So, let's come back to our cap. Hopefully it's dried. Yeah, it's pretty dry. But let's finish this cap up. Do little minor details real quick. Just for us. There we go. And nope, not yet. We're not ready. Oh, I touched the wet paint. It's crap. There we go. Alright, let's hold it right here. Alright. Now this whole cap, you guys can't really see it. I'll show you guys in a little bit what it looks like, but that's it for now. Alright, now I'm going to take you guys over to my sink real quick, and we are going to fill up our Perk bottle with our water. Alright. Okay, so now I am at my sink right here, my handy dandy sink. Okay, now there is no real limit if you're just making one. Now if you make 4 like I did, you're going to want the same height because it's going to look awkward. So for making one, it's you just fill it up to your exact height that you want it. So I'm going to jump a little bit out, and that's a pretty good height for one. So let's head back over and fill it up with the color. Okay, now we're back at our table, and you're going to need if you're doing speed cola, okay, we are going to need some green dye. So let me go get that real quick. Okay, so I've got our green dye here, okay. Now there is something, okay, about this right here. Okay, now this has a tad of paint in it, okay. What I was gonna do, for speed cola, it's clear. It's not very creamy, okay. I'll show you what I mean. So this doesn't look very creamy, but I'll show you my quick revive that I made. That's really creamy. But see how you can't really see right through it? Like you can't even see my hand on, oh, you can barely see it through. But this one's not supposed to be that. So if you were to do this one, okay, if you were to do the darker colors, all you need is to take a paintbrush, dip it in the color that you want, and then just stick it in there, okay? So you just stick it in there, and you're good for the creamer ones. But for speed cola, all you're gonna need is probably 3 or 4 drops of dye or food coloring. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and that's good. Now, what you're gonna need is some stirrers. So let me go get those. Alright, so I got one of these sticks. Now these are like a whole bag is like $5, even if that, at your local grocery store. But you just stick it in there and stir it all around, and it becomes this good color. Now, see how you can see my fingers? Okay, you stir it up till it's like really good. And if you want it darker than this, I'm gonna add one more. So I want it a little bit darker. Okay. If you want it darker than this, you just add a little bit more food coloring. And you are done with the color. Now see? Now here's a good example about this. You can see my hand through here, but you can't see it here. See the differences? So, this one's cream, this one isn't. Now, what you're going to need to do is you are going to need your papers to go on the front of this, okay? And your bottle cap one as well. So, okay, so now you're going to need double-sided tape, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little labels. It's gonna be hard to show your guys' way, but you're gonna take double-sided tape. Now, if you guys want, you guys can laminate these or do whatever you guys want with them, but for now, we've only got time for this. So, now do not, I say, do not put on the lid one yet. Now, let me put this one on. Alright, and there is Speed Cola so far. Now, for the little sides right here, they kind of poke out a little bit. So what you're going to need to do is take some little side tape, cut it in half real quick, about this thin, and stick it on there. And then cut whatever is hanging off. And then take your other one that you cut in half and stick it on this side. There we go, and those should stay down, just like that. Now, like I said, do not put the lid one on yet, because what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to take the ones that screw on, you're going to need to screw that on first, okay? So, screw yours on, and I'm going to screw mine on, and I will check in with you. Okay, now I have my lid on. And then you're going to take a smaller brush, because when you're putting it on, the paint kind of falls off. So open up your cover again. And try not to get any on the bottle, but if you do, it's easy. Just wipe it up real quick, and it should be fine. Now just do a quick little do-over on the cap. Make it look good. Now, like I haven't said this yet, but do not drink these, okay? Because especially the ones that look like cream, because if you do, you're gonna have paint in your stomach, and you don't want that. So don't even drink these. These are honestly just for decoration. So don't be that person who drinks these. Okay? Okay. Now, if you got some on the cap, just clean it up real quick. Like I'm doing, I just clean it up with my nail real quick. And there you go. You're all good on that. Now, the reason I didn't want you to put this on yet is because when you put it on the cap, it's going to be weird. It's going to be, this top is actually going to be pointing like this way, and the front going to be pointing that way. So it's just weird. So now you're going to take a very small piece, okay, and stick it on the cap. Okay, and then if you have any sticking over, just cut it off real quick. Alright. Oh, it's sticky. There we go. Won't come off my fingers. And then center it with your Speed Cola on the front. And there you go. You have your very own Perk a Cola bottle, okay? With the top. Okay? Now, it is all finished. Like I said in the link in the description, for these. And yeah, you got your own very own Perk bottle. So, thank you everybody for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to AJ4 Vlogs.